So children, here we are discussing about a few more remaining properties of the D block elements. The interstitial compound formation. D block elements have a lot of space available in the interstitial spaces. That means these are the points which are occupied by the D block metal, and this is the empty space left behind. So this empty space is quite matching in dimensions with the atomic size of carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen. So these molecules of these gases may sit in this available empty space of the crystal lattice of metals. Fine. And therefore these compounds which are formed are not actually the pure compounds having a fixed formula. They are non-stoichiometric. Non-stoichiometric simply means they will not have any fixed formula. Titanium carbide, manganese nitride, iron hydride, titanium hydride, these are a few few interstitial compounds of metals with nitrogen and hydrogen. What is their significance? These interstitial compounds shows extraordinary properties, and these properties are far better than the pure compounds. How? The interstitial compounds which are non-stoichiometric in nature, they show extremely high melting points. Therefore, machinery parts which are made by these interstitial compounds can work till very high temperatures, right? There are few machineries which are required to be operated at very high temperatures, about 500 or 800 kelvins, right? So itni high temperature पे भी they can work easily. Then they are very hard है इसके, and that is why they will not suffer the wear and tear easily. They are very good conducting in nature, or in fact to say that the conducting nature is increased, is more in the interstitial compounds as compared to the pure metals. And they are inert also. Inertness here simply means these interstitial compounds will not be attacked by ordinary acids and bases in general, and therefore they will also corrode less. Then D block elements are also known to form a lot of alloys. Alloys are the pure, or you can say ki homogeneous solutions of solid into solid. Actually, the two metals which vary in atomic size not more than 15% may be mixed into each other when they are in molten state, and they will solidify as one single metal. And these alloys are non-stoichiometric in nature. Simple to say, if I want to mix copper and zinc, I may keep the amount of zinc more or less according to my final usage of the alloy. These alloy find a wide variety of industrial use because of their very high mechanical and tensile strength. They are corrosion free and they are very hard, and in some cases the malleability of the metal also increases after alloy formation. Then children, discussing with the oxides and oxoanions. D block elements are shown to form, they are known to form a large variety of oxides. Metal oxide, simple MO formula type, are more ionic, and they are shown by almost every element except your scandium. Scandium does not show this MO type of oxide. And these oxides have very interesting characters. Number one, the highest oxidation state of, or you can say highest oxide of the metal will be observed somewhere in the middle of the series. Simple to say, amount of oxygen can be increased in metal oxide to a certain level, and the maximum amount of oxygen that can be increased in the oxide is for the metals which are in the middle of the series. Then as you increase the oxidation number of the central atom, as you increase the oxidation number of central atom in these oxides, the ionic character will decrease. And decreasing in ionic character indicates the increase in covalent character. And we have repeated this one line since our class 11 several times, that higher the oxidation state, higher the covalent character and lower the ionic character. Also, a few interesting phenomena are observed in these oxides, that is, the lower oxides are more basic in nature and higher oxides are more acidic in nature. Coming to the oxides of vanadium. Here vanadium trioxide, vanadium is in +2 oxidation state here. It is weakly basic. vanadium tetroxide, where vanadium is in +2 oxidation state. Here you will see that +4 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट वेनेडियम हियर. सो यहाँ +3 था तो ये वीकली बेसिक है, +4 वेनेडियम है तो ये एम्फोटेरिक हो गया. एंड V2O5 where vanadium is in +5 oxidation state is more amphoteric, and you can dissolve V2O4 in both acids and bases. Coming to the similar observation in case of chromium oxide, here chromium is in +2 oxidation state, and chromium trioxide where chromium is in +6 oxidation state. Fine, you will see that this chromium oxide is basic in nature and this one is amphoteric in nature. So we can comfortably say that with the increase in oxygen of the metal oxide, the acidic character increases more and basic character is decreased. So thank you children, till here we shall be completing now.